Hi, I'm Calvin Rose, and welcome to Market Minute. If you like this video, please hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell so you won't miss an upcoming episode of Market Minute. So why am I making this video at 5 a.m. instead of my normal time at the end of the day on Friday at the end of the week? Well, let's talk about that. Is it because I woke up today at 4 a.m.? Or maybe because I'll be in Boston starting tomorrow and I won't be able to produce the video on Friday? Maybe because the futures are up big this morning and I'm kind of excited about that. Because on Friday I told you things might be improving for the equities and it looks like that's starting to happen? Or all of the above? The answer is all of the above. And here's what's going on. Just like the weather is a little bit crazy today, the markets are a little bit crazy today. So at 4:23, when I finally grabbed my phone to see what was going on, you can see here that the futures were up big this morning. And my Tesla solar panels and power walls were telling me that there's a storm watch and they're proactively charging up my power wall to 100% in case we lose power. Pretty cool. So just like Tesla, I try to bring you information that might be helpful about what's happening in the markets. So let's take a look at what's actually happening right now. As you can see right now, so it's a little bit later now, it's like 6:24 in the morning. The futures have moderated a little bit, and this is this is still up pretty big for the day. I like the fact that gold's down a little bit, but this whole picture could change by the end of the day today. But I'm going to produce this video based on what the indicators were saying at the end of the day yesterday. I'm not going to try and predict where they're going to end up today because that's foolhardy. But so far, things look really good. So last Friday, we talked about gold risk first, and I'm going to do the same thing today. Last Friday, gold risk was at very high risk. And today, it's still at very high risk. And why am I excited about this? Well, because gold has been the safe haven for people who are afraid of equities. They've been throwing their money into gold. And this started to wane several weeks ago, which I discussed in my video, and it's continuing to weaken. So I'm really happy to see this because people aren't shoving money into safety. And you can see from the oscillators that the selling pressure is much higher than the buying pressure here. And it hasn't gotten even close to crossing over the other way. And you can see back here, when I produced a video way back here in early to mid-March, I talked about the fact that gold looked like it was losing its luster and might be waning. Well, it did rally here. We did buy some of this in our client accounts and then sold it when we saw it start to falter. But you can see that it's at very high risk right now. So how are we doing in the equity markets? Well, last Friday, market risk was at high, and I explained it wasn't at very high because we saw some of the trends in buying and selling pressure looking a little more favorable. Well, this week, I'm moving it to moderate risk. Now, this could change by tomorrow. The markets can do wild things that you can't predict. In fact, nobody can predict. But let's take a look at why I'm saying this. So last Friday, we looked at the chart of the NASDAQ 100, the Qs, and I put a couple of arrows on here showing that the selling pressure was declining even though the price was falling, and the buying pressure was increasing slightly even though the price was declining. So as the price was declining, investors were, they were selling, but the more investors were buying, which is kind of telling about what might be coming next. So now if we look today, that trend is still in place and the price has continued to fall further. Now until we see these cross, I'm not going to be happy that we're out of the woods. So this could go on for a while. How do we look for the Dow Jones Industrial Average? Well, same sort of thing here. In fact, these are very close to crossing. You can see the selling pressure has been declining recently, buying pressure increasing. We'll see what happens. On the S&P 500, again, selling pressure declining, buying pressure increasing. They haven't crossed yet, so we're not out of the woods. How about interest rates? Well, last Friday, interest rate risk was at very high, but it looked like it was starting to possibly turn. Well, today, interest rate risk is at low. And why didn't I make it very low? Well, because the Fed is going to do everything they can to cause interest rates to go up, slow down the economy, and stifle what they perceive as non-transitory inflation. And you can see that in the chart here. The price of TLT, which is the ETF with average 20-year duration government treasuries, has just been getting pummeled over the last 2 months. Now the buying pressure dropped here, selling pressure peaked out here, but you can see they've crossed, and the price has been increasing a little bit here. Not willing to call a victory here yet because this could turn around really quickly, but it looks good for interest rates. On the cryptocurrency front, a week ago we were at high risk in cryptocurrencies, and this week we're at low risk. And if we look at the oscillators here, you can see that the buying pressure crossed over way back here in the middle of April. It fell again, and it has recently crossed, and the selling pressure is below the buying pressure, and this is increasing fairly rapidly. But you can see the price movement here hasn't done much, right? In fact, it's been trending slightly down. So this is encouraging, but really need to see the follow through here on the price and see this start to improve. I just wanted to get this video out there to all of you so you could take a look. I know I'm not going to produce one tomorrow, so this is the best I can do, given that I'll be up in Boston and preoccupied on Friday. But anyway, thank you for watching today. I'm Calvin Rose. This has been Market Minute. And if you like this video, please hit the like, subscribe, and notification icon so you won't miss an upcoming episode of Market Minute. That's all for now.